Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Orina. The Benali Western Bypass on Stilts case has brought into sharp focus the importance of People's Biodiversity Register for every village. Had the Benali Panchayat Biodiversity Committee prepared the document on economic resources of the village, it may have added to the weight of the agitation for bypass on stilts. If it was in place, it would have cleared all doubts and the courts and the National Green Tribunal would have given a clear verdict in their favour.
Benali Western Bypass on Stilts case has brought into sharp focus the importance of People's Biodiversity Register. People's Biodiversity Register may have added to the weight of the agitation for bypass on stilts. If People's Biodiversity Register was there, the courts and the National Green Tribunal would have given a clear verdict.
PBR was a very essential document which was not actually available and which was not made available.
How did it impact?
It has created a huge impact because if this document was there in place and if everybody who was supposed to make sure that this document is generated in the right manner at the right time, then I think that document itself would have cleared all doubts, and even the court and NGT and everyone would have given a clear standing without any other hassle. There is no more explanation to be required.
So you're essentially saying
there was a failure on making sure that the PBR is been made ready.
First thing is in Sunday's Gram Sabha, the Gram Sabha decided to dissolve the present Biodiversity Committee because it is that supreme body which was there within the Panchayat which could have protected every aspect we were fighting for in this petition. If I am not mistaken, right from, it was my letter, he's rightly stated, in 2015, the Biodiversity Committee was constituted in Benali and we had one chairperson who resigned, who actually never resigned, and I was part of the committee and I brought it to the notice of the Panchayat later that we need to appoint, because the BMC was also initiated through my continuous reminding, because I was part of the Panchayat during that term and attending programs conducted by the Biodiversity Board. I realized at that time this was a traditional, a huge bank of knowledge of the village. It's not only about the built heritage and the natural heritage, it's also about the traditional knowledge which exists within the village. It could be even those traditional medicine givers. This all had to be documented. Besides the variety of flora and fauna which does exist in our village. So seeing that the then chairperson just abandoned the entire committee, I wrote to the Panchayat, and that's how in 2018 a new committee was constituted. I wasn't a part of that. There was a different body there altogether. But we were continuously reminding them, because that was one body which is the BMC. It's not about just documenting. It also has excess benefit sharing, which is also an important aspect. We have people who are using the biodiversity for business, and that could also generate revenue for the BMC.
Okay.
Bureau Report for Herald TV.
President of Goa Football Association Churchill Ali said they will constitute an ethics committee to inquire into the Bandodkar Gold Trophy. It is alleged that the present trophy is not of gold and likely to have been replaced. Addressing the media on Thursday, Ali said he would approach the court on the issue. Ali said the GFA's ethics committee would inquire into the match-fixing allegations. After the ethics committee's decision, the letter addressed to the crime branch will be sent, Churchill said.
GFA President Churchill Ali said that he will constitute an ethics committee to inquire into the Bandodkar Gold Trophy allegations. It is alleged that the trophy could be missing or likely to have been replaced. Ali said the GFA's ethics committee would inquire into the match-fixing allegations.
2016, without police they gone, they took on that they got a three fellows got a key. That one is Alex, he's a senior member. They took him and they taken And I got a record also that I'll show after that. I cannot show here. I can show that the court. Problem is when they bought it and kept in the JSIDC. GFDC they kept why? And they say when they are taking, they are saying, I want to keep this there because they are the CCTV. Are you? Keeping the local, why you getting this trophy? What is the reason? So you are not doing the tournament, nothing. And kept there the trophy. And after some time they kept there. And after that trophy they just bought it and kept it somewhere in local. I not seen till today. I not taken also charge. JFE store. And nobody knows where they done the value. They said that value now they are saying about only 11 carat gold.
And 2 kg.
Leaders, that time the big team, they know, they coming for that. Only India. I raised in the house also. And when my sports minister was the Baba Sungar, they said, yes, I am going to take inquiry, but I did not done. See that football's money cannot ignore.
So the clear 10 kg gold is missing.
Yeah.
No, you cannot say it 10. He said, as for the value,
as
it's
for the value, I
equivalent to
said.
10 lakhs. He has not said
See
it
the
is
value
10.
I said was they are saying on the road there in 1970 is the value of the 20 lakhs. This gold statue. Read on the thing. I mean that time 184 rupees gram. Today is a 42,000.
It's a matter of inquiry, in fact, whether there is a
So what thousand you
possibility.
just minus that plus you make it and see that how much.
It's a matter of
I only done
inquiry.
that.
Whether the trophy could have been replaced, it will be a matter of inquiry.
Then the weight काढू ना.
That also will be part of the court's.
कोण सांगना कोण प्लेयर फिक्सिंग आहा कित्याक ते काय सांगना कोण सांगना हाले आमचे आनी लोकूय जायना ते इन्क्वायरी कोता कित्याक आमी तांकां फोर्सूय करपा जायना न्हू कोणाक फोर्स करपा जाता कितें कोता आमचेलो आहा ते इन्क्वायरी कोता आतां तेच भायर तांकां थोडे मेंबर म्हणूंक लागले तूं क्रायम ब्रँचाक कित्याक येना सो आमी क्रायम ब्रँचाक लेटर दिल्या पूण क्रायम ब्रँचाक लेटर दिल्या तेमी लेटर घेतल्या पूण एथीक कमिटीचे तेंगे डिसिजन थोडीच आमच्यांनी ती डायरेक्ट दिवपा जायना तेमी आमकां सांगतरीच आमी ती दितले.
Procedure is in process from 19th of May. At present, what has happened, at least 3 of the members who are part of the committee are representing Goa in the Advocates World Cup in Morocco. So at present they are not available. So they are coming back on the 17th. From the 19th, the inquiry will restart.
Prasad Polji for Herald TV.
Former Benauli MLA Churchill Ali has said the migrants had come to work or do business. They should not get into politics. Asked if they did not have a democratic right to contest, he said yes, but people will decide. I'm not against them, but Goa is for Goans, he said. When asked if in future we would have migrant MLAs, Churchill said it depends on the people. They can contest, but they will never be Bhumiputra, Churchill asserted. Earlier, former Sankwal Sarpanch Sharan Methi had questioned why can't a Goan Karnataka contest elections?
Former Sarpanch of Sankwal, Sharan Methi, had questioned why Kannadigas can't contest elections in Goa. Churchill Ali said migrants had come to work or do business. They should not get into politics. I am not against them, but Goa is for Goans, Churchill Ali said. On having migrant MLAs in the future, Churchill said it depends on the people.
तेंका आमी हाली हिंगा आमी तेंका रावपाक आनी काम करपाक दिला उलिकार आनी पॉलिटिकलान हाली आमी गोंयाना बदले मरे तुमी आं अशें जाता गोंया गोंयकारांचे मासपा जाय मरे तेंका हांव केन्ना तेंका हांव तेंचे कोंत न्हू पूण इलेक्शनां येता जाल्यार तें कोंत कित्याक इलेक्शनां तेंका आमी हाडले इलेक्शनां रावपा हाडले हिंगा ते आपल्या पोट भरपाक जाय न्हू जॉबा बी बिजनेसाक समजला न्हू आतां तें डिसिजन लोकांनी घेवपाचें आतां तो बसलो जाल्यार लोकांक हाडपाचो हाडपाक तें लोकांचें डिसिजन न्हू म्हज्यान सांगपाचो
ते म्हणटा सर ते आमचे डेमोक्रेटीक रायट आहा म्हणटा
हां
डेमोक्रेटीक रायट
एज पर युअर इंडियन सिटीजन यू गॉट एवरी रायट बट तुका गोंयकारांक तरी जाय तांकां रायट दिवपाक जाय गोंयकार दिल्ले न्ही तांकां मानता आय कॅन नॉट डिस्टर्ब दॅट समजला न्हू गोंयकारांक चिंतपाक जाय न्ही वोटरांक चिंतपाक जाय न्ही what I can do that. They got a right, I got a right, I am a citizen of India, I know that. You understand, no? But हांव येयला हिंगा मुगे बिजनेस करपाक हांव समज हाल्या हांव महाराष्ट्रा वचून हांव व्हडलें बिजनेस करता हिंगा हांव इलेक्शनाक बसता म्हाका त्या लोकांक हाडलो जाल्यार हांव जालो न्ही आमदार लोकांक ना जाल्यार पळोवन न्हू अशें म्हणजे सो तें हाडपाचें तें रायट लोकांलें पंचायता लेवलाचेर न्हू तांकां सगळें दिलें आधार कार्ड सगळें आंकडो बांकडो सगळें दिलें गोंयकार तूं रेजिस्टर केलें ताका पूण भुमिपुत्र जायना तो भुमिपुत्र जाता तें उतर आसपा ना केन्ना लायफान गोंयचो भुमिपुत्र जावपाक शकना तो कोण केन्ना लायफान
very good support and all the people of the village are trying to tell me you contest from this ward, that ward. I have a demand. I think I will contest wherever I feel majority of people will vote for me.
Irrespective of whether they are Kannadigas or not.
No. I am not saying, I am telling villagers. I am not contributing on Kannadigas. All are equal. We want support of full Goans. Then only we can form the Goans where the majority people were voted for me and made a Sarpanch also were Goans. So we are here, born and brought up. I feel we are more Goans and we are Kannadigas staying in Goa. We are going by the rules of Goa. We are following and I think there is no problem in contesting election because we know Goa very well and where we stay also we know properly of that village or whatever. And I feel anybody can contest anywhere. It is a fundamental rights. And recently, if you have seen in Goa and Vasco, one boy from Vasco has won in London. He has become councillor there. And in Goan can go there and become a councillor. There you can get him elected. Why we cannot contest and get elected in Goa, in Panchayat or any assembly? It is our right. And also now Goans and outsiders. Now Aam Aadmi Party has come, you have accepted. TMC has come, you have accepted. So there are many parties outside and come here, you accepted. So what is the problem in Kannadigas?
Every community who is staying in Goa have a right, whoever is voting right, तांकां right हा बसपाक. आमी कोणाक स्टॉप करूंक शकना. सो आमचे जे सगळे गोंयकार आहा तेंच्यांनी फॉर्म भरूंकूच जाय न्हू. अशें न्हू की फाल्यां तूं कर्नाटका गेलो ऑर तूं UP गेलो आनी तुवें थिंगासरले आधार कार्ड आनी इलेक्शन कार्ड केलें तुका बसोंक जायना तुकाय बसोंक जाता. थिंगासरलो लोक तुका कितलो मान्य करतलो मान्यता दितलो तेजेर आहा. आनी हिंगासर कितें आहा आमचे जे स्थानीक लोक आहा ते सगळे एक्टीव आहा. पीपल वील फील्ड गूड कॅन्डिडेट्स. प्रत्येक विलेजीन पॅनल आहा पंचायतीची पॅनल आहा जी एक्झिस्टिंग पंचायत पॅनल आहा ऑपोजिशनाचे पॅनल आसतात. सो पीपल वील फील्ड इट इज ऑन टू द जनरल पब्लीक टू डिसायड कोण जिखतलो पळय.
Story by Prakash Gadekar for Herald TV.
Prasad Polji for Herald TV. Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
There was a major failure of water supply to parts of Bardez Taluka during the last 3 to 4 days. It was found that this was due to the failure of the transformer at Asnora plant. On Thursday, the transformer problem was sorted out. The pumps too had to be refurbished to ensure proper water supply to Bardez.
There was a major failure of water supply to parts of Bardez Taluka during the last 3 to 4 days. It was found that this was due to the failure of the transformer at Asnora plant. The pumps at Asnora plant have to be refurbished to ensure proper water supply to Bardez.
See, for the last 3-4 days problem आसलो उदकाचो आजपासून problem आसलो पंप येवपा कशें देखून हांव पळोवपा आयलें with the engineers here to understand the problem and see what is the issue being faced in Asnora water treatment plant. कितें जाता थर्ड पार्टी प्लांटां पासून लोकांचे प्रॉब्लम आसा, ऑफिसराचे प्रॉब्लम की चेंज करून जाय रिप्लेसमेंट आनी टायमान येना. So we have come, we have walked through the entire plant. We have seen what is the distribution of the water. Amkam, Porvorin, दुसरी बार्देस सायडीन वयता आनी आमचे स्पेसिफिकली आल्दोनाचे पळयला ते पंप आहात ते ट्रान्सफॉर्मराचे प्रॉब्लम जाल्लो तो आमी सगळे आमकां खबर आशिल्ली म्हणून पळयला आनी आतां कितें आहा तें आमी नोट केला आनी सरकारा फुडें घालून आमी सगळे प्रपोजल एक्सपर्टायट करतले कित्याक उदकाची गरज आहा ताका आनी आमचें नेक्स्ट पेंडींग दवरूं जायना. प्रपोजल थोडे प्रपोजल 2-3 वर्सां पेंडींग आसा. सिस्टम ती हांव कोणा ब्लेम करना कितें जाता तें सिस्टम सरकाराचें मातशें रिवॅम्प करून पडटली. हांव मुगे लेटर घातलो आनी प्रपोजल घातलो पूण डेफिनेटली ऑफिसर कॉपरेट करतात आनी ऑफिसर आदार दितात. आमच्या हातीन ना. ट्रान्सफॉर्मर फेल जाल्यार नाल्यार पंप फेल जाल्यार तेंच्या हातीन ना. सो ते ट्राय करतात कितले आमचे हें करपाक. वॉटर लेवल पासून देंवलो जाल्यार एक आमटाणी डॅम मागीर तें उदक हाडूं पडटा. सो हें सगळें नॉर्मली इन द मंथ ऑफ मे एप्रील मे असले प्रॉब्लम जाताच हांव जाणा कित्याक उदकाचे लेवल देंवता आनी सडन आमचे लायटनींग आनी थंडर आयले तेन्ना ट्रान्सफॉर्मराचे सगळे प्रॉब्लम जाता. फकत हिंगा आमटाणे आनी आमचे आसनोराचे न्ही आमचे म्हापशा पासून आमच्या आल्दोना पासून कितें ट्रान्सफॉर्मराचे प्रॉब्लम जाले. सो दॅट इज नॅचरल and we have to understand this kind of situation, but I still believe we need to work to make sure that people get water. And I will also observation is right now they have restored the water supply. They have shown us the transformer which had problem, they showed us the pumps also which had problem, and some other things which have to be done. Let me be honest with you, let it be done by the government. Let me not make a noise until first the proposal goes. I don't want to just make noise and shout on the Facebook or anywhere on the media, but give the officers and engineers a chance. If it's not done, then we will make a proper noise. But at least it's my first visit, so I think let us take it positively. Let us give them a chance, and things will be done. I'm hopeful about it.
Water has been restored now?
At the moment, water is restored, and I've also been getting messages. We got our groups where people are informing me that water is restored. And even during the time when there was no water,
Coal wagons which were parked at the Bayana railway goods shed emitted smoke. Seeing the smoke, the people immediately alerted the Vasco fire services. The fire services immediately got the coal out of the wagons and sprayed them with water. The fire officer stated that on 10th May, a similar incident had occurred between 1:30 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. He added it may be happening due to the rise in temperatures due to summer.
Coal wagons which were parked at the Bayana railway goods shed emitted smoke. People immediately alerted the Vasco fire services. The fire officer stated that it may be happening due to the rise in temperatures due to summer.
मिला आरपीएफ से वो स्मोक आ रहा है करके तुरंत में ही फायर ब्रिगेड को बुलाया. अभी फायर ब्रिगेड दे एक्टिंग इज द फायर.
क्या हुआ एक्चुअली
क्या हुआ पता नहीं. स्मोक आ रहा था.
पहला और एक बार आपको हुआ था, एक दिन पहले
डे फॉरेस्ट हुआ था. बाद में वो उसको एक्टिंग किया था. किससे हुआ है
कैसे क्यों होता है मालूम नहीं सर.
कोई स्मोकिंग करके डाला होगा और हुआ रहेगा. एग्जैक्ट रीजन आई डोंट नो.
हीट में भी होता है बोलते हैं वो.
हाँ हो सकता है.
एक्चुअली
रीजन पता नहीं.
कॉल नंतर सांगताले की स्मोक येता म्हणून सांगताले. आमी जर ड्युटी करून येयलो जाल्यार तुका ते मातसो उदक मारलें सो फ्लेम तेजी अशी कमी जाली आनी तें JCB लावन तेजे कोळसो आमी स्वताले हे केलो उडयलो.
परत जाता आनीक जालें न्हू.
हय पयर 10 तारखेक कितें जालें. 10 तारखेक आमी रातचे सुद्दां येयल्ले त्या दुसरो ड्युटी करतलो तेंच्यांनी रातचे 1:30 ते 4:30-5 दीस ते असोच सेम स्मोक येतालो.
अशें कित्याक म्हणटा
ते हिटीक बी लागून जाता. कित्याक पावस पडलो जाल्यार म्हणजे ती स्मोक कसो येता म्हणजे उजो कळना.
Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
Water Resources Minister Subhash Shirodkar visited the Karambali Lake and declared that his department would take up the issues of siltation with permission from the Environmental Council. Estimates for beautification of the lake are also ready, he said. Shirodkar also opined that there is a need for protection on the upper side of the lake to prevent encroachment, or else the lake will disappear. He also flagged that pollution of the lake needs to be stopped.
Water Resources Department will take up the issue of siltation at Karambali Lake. There is need for protection on the upper side of the lake to prevent encroachment. Water Resources Minister Subhash Shirodkar flagged that pollution of the lake needs to be stopped.
प्रपोजल जे आसा पळय न्ही ते एनवायरमेंटा वचपा जाय आनी एनवायरमेंट कावन्सील जे आसा पळय न्ही तांणी एप्रूव केलें जर जाय जाल्यार आमच्यानी तें काम घेवपाक जातलें.
डेव्हलपमेंट म्हणटा पळय तेन्ना कसलो डेव्हलपमेंट?
डेव्हलपमेंट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सिल्टेशन जावपाक जायना. हें सिल्टेशन जायत गेलें जर जाय तळ्याची सायज आसा ती कमी कमी जायत वयतली. म्हणून सिल्टेशन काडपाक जाय. हें ग्रीन ग्रोथ जी आसा पळय न्ही, वायल्ड ग्रोथ जी आसा पळय न्ही ती काडपाक जाय. आनीक चडशें जमता जाल्यार अप्पर सायड जी आसा पळय न्ही ती सायड आसा ती प्रोटेक्ट करपाक जाय. कारण कशें आसता तळ्या खंयचेंय तळें आसूं त्या तळ्या भितर एन्क्रोचमेंट जावपाक दिवपाक जायना. एन्क्रोचमेंट जावपाक दिलें जर जायत जाल्यार तळ्याची सायज कमी कमी जायत वयता आनी अ टायम वील कम वेन द होल लेक ऑर द वॉट एवर लेक, नॉट ओन्ली दीस लेक, द लेक वील डिसएपियर. तें जावपाक दिवपाक जायना आमच्यानी.
Any time frame by when you can start that DC?
The moment we get permission from Environment Council, we will take up the work immediately.
During Chief Minister Digambar Kamat's time, there was a proposal of beautifying this, making.
Yeah, we have got an estimate ready, prepared for that, but then we are awaiting for Environment Minister's approval.
Okay.
If required, I will also invite my colleague, Mr. Cabral, to have a visit at this site.
पण आता हालींच एका वेटलँड म्हणून डिक्लेअर करपाक तुमच्या गव्हर्मेंटान काडलेलें, पूण हिंगा पंचायतींनी दोनूय पंचायतीन ओल्ड गोवा पंचायतीन तशेंच परमय पंचायतीन ते ओपोज केलेले वेटलँड. हिंगा वेटलँड कित्याक ते म्हणटाले हें आख्खें फूल हिंगा फिल्ड्स म्हणून आनी 3 पीक
काडपाक जाय.
पूण समज
सी वेटलँड आनी पीक काडपाक म्हाका दिसना कितें प्रॉब्लेम आसतलें अशें. इतलेंच जालें कितें पळय, ही आतां वॉटर बॉडी तयार जाल्या पळय न्ही, हितून भितर थोड्या लोकांची पयलीं शेतां आशिल्लीं, पूण ती शेतां सांबाळपाचें गाय उदक सांबाळपाचें.
पूण तेंचो प्रपोजल आसलो, हेंचो परमयचो पंचायतीचो प्रपोजल आसलो की वेटलँड डिक्लेअर करचे ना आनी उदक सुकोवन हिंगा.
हांव बेश्टें एक विचारता, वेटलँड हांगा डिक्लेअर करचें न्ही, शिरोडा डिक्लेअर करचें न्ही, पंचवाडी डिक्लेअर करचें न्ही, खंय करपाचें डिक्लेअर?
पूण ओपोज आसलो तेंनी रेजोल्युशन धाडलेलें.
लक्षांत घेयात, ओपोजिशन हे बरे गजाली ओपोजिशन ओके फायन, पूण वेटलँड इज वेटलँड.
आनी एक इशू म्हणटा पळय
कंजर्वेशन.
आनी एक इशू म्हणटा पळय, सिन्स यू आर हियर एट द सायट, इफ यू गो सी दॅट सायट, there have been certain people earlier म्हणटाले लागीं तुमी encroachment म्हणटा.
That is what I said na. Encroachment in any lake or water body should not be allowed. And again pollution part, that also should be avoided.
ना आमकां जाता इतली खात्री आहा की जाता इतले बेगीन तळें जातलें. ह्या तळें जाल्ल्या कारणान म्हणजे बरें ब्युटिफिकेशन आमी करतले आनी ऑलरेडी तो प्लॅन रेडी आसा आनी थोड्या दिसांनी काम आमी जे कितें फॉर्मेलिटी आसा ते करून आमी सुरू करतले आनी तेजे बरोबर लोकांक हांगा म्हणजे रोजगारय मेळटलो आनी खुबशे कितें लोकांक काम मेळटलें. बरें.
प्रसाद पोलजी फॉर हेरल्ड TV.
2 months after a horrific accident at the GVM Circle, Ponda, a local bus and a Volvo bus en route from Pune to Margao were involved in an accident at the same place. The occupants of both buses escaped with minor injuries. The local bus conductor and injured passengers were shifted to the sub-district hospital in Ponda, while the driver was referred to GMC Bamboli.
A local bus and a Volvo bus en route from Pune to Margao were involved in an accident at the GVM Circle in Ponda. The occupants of both buses escaped with minor injuries. The conductor and passengers in the local bus were shifted to South District Hospital, Ponda, where the driver was referred to GMC Bambalim. Bandora Sarpanch Rajesh Naik said the GVM Circle is prone to accidents and informed the authorities about the dangers the circle poses. He requested that the authorities look into a solution in order to avoid more such accidents.
हे सर्कल हा ते हायवेचे पूण ज्युरिडिक्शन आमचे येता बांदोडा पंचायतीन येता. गेल्ले 1.5 महिने पयलीं हांगा असोच एक एक्सिडेंट जाल्लो आनी एकटो जाग्यार हांगा आमी त्या दिसा गव्हर्मेंटाक दाखोवन दिल्लें की हे सर्कल कितले डेंजरस आहा ते. म्हाका इन बिटवीन एक सांगन दिसता की ही जी सर्कलां बांदता हायवेचेर जावं खंय ही कोणाचो जीव वचचे न्ही म्हणून बांदलेली आसता. तेजे खातीर बांदप ट्रॅफिक चड जाता आनी हांगा सिस्टमॅटीक ट्रॅफिका खातीर हे जीव कोणाचो वचचो न्ही म्हणून ही सर्कलां बांदता. म्हाका आयज मुद्दम हांगा सांगन दिसता हे सर्कल आहा ते जीव घेवपा खातीर बांदले अशें दिसता म्हाका. आमचो माननीय आमदार सुनील ढवळकर सराचें एक विजन आशिल्लें जेन्ना ते PWD मिनिस्टर आशिल्ले तेन्ना की हे ट्रॅफिक जे हायवेचे ट्रॅफिक आहा ते हांगसरल्यान फ्लायओव्हर बांदून फूल डायवर्ट करपाचें. पूण कांय योगायोगान तांकां PWD मिनिस्टराचे हितूंतल्यान काडले तेन्नाच्यान हे जो प्रोजेक्ट आहा हे कोणेच कांय हाती घेवंक ना. पूण आतां हांव नॉय PWD मिनिस्टरा कडेन रिक्वेस्ट करता सनीन हॉटेला कडच्यान ओल्ड गोवा सुद्दां जे हायवेचें काम आसा तें इमिजिएटली हातीन घेया. अशे लोकांचे जीव वचपाक दिवं नाका. आनी मेन म्हणल्यार मेन सगळ्यांच्यान चड हांगा डिपार्टमेंटान चडांत चड लक्ष दिवपाची गरज आसा. परत आनी कोणाचो जीव वयचे परस हांगा खंय तरी कितें तरी चेंजीस करून ते एक्सिडेंटल कितें आसा कितें खातीर जाता हे तेणी लक्ष दिवपाचें आनी बेगीनचे बेगीन हेजेर तोडगो काडपाचो हें हांव एज अ सरपंच म्हणून मागता.
Hanuman Temple in Valpoi celebrated its foundation day of Vardha Pande after 2 years with grand fervour, with the young and old joining in. The celebrations were not held for the last 2 years due to the COVID pandemic. For more than 75 years, the temple has been celebrating Vardha Pande, which was established for the village elders. As the years progress, the Vardha Pande celebrations have evolved with the introduction of various programs such as the Mahaprasad.
Hanuman Temple in Valpoi celebrated Vardha Pande with grand fervour after 2 years. The temple has been celebrating Vardha Pande for the last 75 years. Vardha Pande celebrations have evolved with the introduction of various programs.
जवळजवळ ह्या वर्धापन दिन सोहळ्याक आता एकूण 75 वर्सां जायत आयली. 75 वर्सां पार जाली. कारण माझ्या भुरग्यापणा इतलेंच हांव सांगू शकता. ताच्या पयलीं आमच्या जाणट्यांनी ही हांगासर स्थापना केली देवाची आणि त्याच्या पण ते मनोभावेने पुजतात आणि करता 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 हेजी आज हेजो उत्कर्श भरपूर जाल्लो आसा. आणि भरपूर उत्कर्ष जाता आसतना पयलीं सादेपणान नासलें पण आता सगळे तरेचे आयोजन आसतात. महाप्रसाद दिसाक वो आतां आयोजन आसा. पयलीं हें जायनासलें पूण जशी जशी म्हणजे जशी जशी सुदारणा जाली तशी सुदारणेनुसार आमी सगळे जाण फुडें वचत रावले. आमच्या जाणट्यांनी बरेच कश्ट करून ह्या गांवांत हे ग्रामदेवतेचे म्हणजे हनुमंत महाराजाचे देव हे हांगासर स्थापन केले आणि स्थापन करता आसतना तांची एक इच्छा आसली की गांवांत देवूळ आसतना महारुद्राचें आसलें आणि महारुद्राचे फुडें कोणाचें चलना अशी एक तांचो दृश्टिकोन आसलो. त्या दृश्टिकोनानुसार ह्या देवाच्या आशिर्वादान आमच्या सगळ्यांचें संरक्षण बरेंच चालू आसा आणि येयल्लेले खंयच्याय संकटाक पावपाचो हो देव आज आमी जर 75 फुडें सुद्दां गेले जाल्यार त्याच रितीन पार पडटा. दर वर्सा ह्या एका आमचो जो उत्सव आसा त्या उत्सवाची आमची जी परंपरीक हें आसा ती वाडत गेल्ली आसा आनी ते वाडतेनुसार आतां सगळे आमचे भुरगे बाळ आनी जे सगळे गांवांतले लोक आसा हे ह्या उत्सवान सगळे सामील जातात आनी सामील जावन हो उत्सव मोठ्या आनंदान आमी साजरो करतात. आतां दर वर्सा प्रमाणे हांगा मनोरंजनाचे कार्यक्रम दवरिल्ले आसा. आयजूय रातचे 9 वरांचेर हांगासर कोंकणी नाट्यप्रयोग दवरलेलो आसा. सकाळ पासून सगळे धार्मीक विधी घाल्लेले आसा. आतां महाप्रसादाचें आयोजन आसा आनी आमच्या शब्दाक मान्य दिवन सगळे सरकारी अधिकारी सगळे जे कर्मचारी कोण आसात आणि इतर लोक आसात सगळे हांगा आतां महाप्रसादान सहभागी जाल्ले आसात. दर वर्सा प्रमाणे आमी उत्सव साजरो करतात. फाटल्या 2 वर्सांत हो उत्सव काही अडचणीक लागून जालो ना. ही अडचण सांगपाची गरज ना पूण पुनश्च आमकां वेळ देवान हाडिल्ली आसा की हो उत्सव साजरो जावचो आणि त्यानुसार आमी हो साजरो करपाक फुडें सरता.
Sachin Gawas for Herald TV.
And that's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.